We wait for, we look to see what Jay found and brought us new. And if you're a purple lover, if you're an opal lover, or even a February baby, you're gonna love this beautiful piece. So it's the Violet Opal and Amethyst collection. We've got a beautiful necklace and pendant. They come together, so you do get both pieces there today. And then we also have these beautiful little drop earrings. But Jay, it looks like brush strokes on this. I mean, what cool material is this?
You know, and so the theme of the show is mind finds, right? So it's mind finds, and that's what we do. Okay, this is what I live for. And I've been doing this for 40 plus years. The show in October will be 25 years, just the show here. But I've been doing it since I'll be 64 this year, and I started my business officially when I was 20. So we base our business now. Our cornerstones in our business, of course, are turquoise. But my second cornerstone that I have, every trip that I start at any given time through the year, it either starts two ways. I'm going to a brand new turquoise mine, or I'm going to a turquoise mine to buy that I already do business with, and I'm re-upping on materials, or I go to a new opal deposit or a new opal mine, or go to an existing opal mine to do the same. Those are two cornerstones of our business, and everything else that I do splinters off of this. This is a brand new Violet Opal. This is a brand new mine find. It's a brand new release. Here's a piece of the rough, if you want to show the rough. I'm doing these specimens now. So I'm taking the rough and I'm just grinding it down. You can see, but the character of this, isn't this wild? And you can see it's like white, and then it has purple seams that go through it. So very, very light violet opal. I don't know of anybody else that has this material. As far as I know, we have an exclusive on it right now. I don't know anybody else that has the material. There's not a lot of this. It's not like they have the Violet Opal mine. This comes out of Africa. It's a very, very small deposit. I've gone back and I've accented it with amethyst, and I did that because I thought the violet, the light purple, and then the dark Zambian amethyst, they just really pair together very nicely. It's a nice soft color palette, very relaxing. And what I love with this too, and again, we do this with almost all of our necklaces. So you can wear the pendant separately of the necklace. So you could just wear the necklace, it's a standalone on its own, or if you want to wear the pendant, you could, especially if you have one of our silver collars, beautiful like that, where then you can layer them both
even
together.
On a longer ribbon or a leather cord, right?
But, you could do, there's all kinds, or a lot of people, even if you've got, maybe, like you've got herringbone chains or something like that, there's different things you can do. Maybe if you even have, like if you think about it, if you have lapis strand, if you have turquoise, there's so many things. This is a kind of a neutral material. So we'll go back to almost any of the mine finds that we have. It's a great layering piece. We try to make everything very utilitarian, but if you're one of those people that you like to have things that everybody else isn't wearing or everybody else doesn't have, this is kind of, if you collect mine finds, this is something that you might want to consider. Again, it's a brand new opal. This is its world launch. Now, that being said, there isn't some huge Violet Opal mine, right? I mean, if you saw this operation, this is literally pick and shovel. I think the most high-tech thing that they have is like a wheelbarrow, okay? That really is about as high-tech as it got.
Labor of love.
Yeah, and they literally, I think we got 8 barrels of this. And so I got, each barrel has right around 500 pounds. So, I mean, and you think that that's a lot of material. But just to make that necklace, just the necklace, you burn 3 to 4 pounds of material.
I believe it. And by the way, I know our screen says the pendant. No, you get that necklace as well. 18 inches in the length, 2 3/4 inch extender on that. And you're also getting that pendant that's almost 3 inches long. This necklace and pendant was appraised, and we take the lowest price we get back at $335. If you're loving the earrings, and I think we've got fewer of the earrings now, they come in at just under under 3 inches, and it's this beautiful little multicolor violet opal and amethyst bead drop earring. Very easy, very simple. But if you love purple, you know it's a regal color, you know that it's a tranquil, a serene color, it's a rich color. There's a reason so many of us are drawn to it. You've got to have this collection. It looks like, I say like those impressionist paintings, those works of art, looks like little dabs of paint. Like if it was hand painted, it really is such interesting material.
When you look at this, and you know, that's what actually drew me to it when I first saw it, is I've never seen anything like it. The closest thing that I could compare this to would be the Jalisco lavender opal that we did, and that's all but gone. So this is it's a brand new mine find. And you know what I love about what we do, and what I really gets my creative juices going and flowing, and I get excited about, is bringing things to you that you've never seen before. And to tell you the truth, the biggest challenge I have with all of the miners I work with is getting to understand that I'm interested in things that normally you wouldn't even think of, right? I mean, you know, I'm trying to get them to go out and actually mine different things instead of like just tourmaline or just sapphire, you know, actually getting to go out in the field, because they pass on things like this. Do you look at it? It looks like somebody actually took a paintbrush.
Yeah, like a landscape, right?
You know, it's kind of getting a little bit washed out here in the stage lighting, guys. But if you can see this, this is a really nice soft purple. It's like a violet color. It really has just an amazing texture to it. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Sterling silver, all hand done. Mirror finish, you literally could shave. Not that you would want it. I would shave in it. Maybe you wouldn't necessarily
Some of us have
need
whiskers.
to. Let's put it this way. If you have an emergency, you can use it as a mirror, as a signaling mirror.
Absolutely. And by the way, remember, it is this beautiful collection. I know that you've made us fall in love and start collecting opals. He's got a way about him, this man. If you want the earrings, less than 250 left. We also have the necklace and pendant available, and that is very limited. But if you're looking for brand new from Jay, here it is, you guys. And we've got a lot of new coming up in our next hour as well. This is 080444. Violet is such a beautiful color. And because it's that soft, you know, muted look with
almost
the rich
like a
purple,
neutral that you
becomes a neutral.
Yeah, that you can wear almost with anything. That's what I love. And what I love with this too is, you know, like you have a conversation piece, right? And I think that that's what's really cool. I get a charge out of it. You know, I have people come up to me all the time and say, "Oh my gosh, what is that? What are you wearing? You know what? You know what? I don't recognize that material." And it's kind of fun to be able to tell a story and also let them know that, you know, you're one of the few people that has it. That nobody else has it.
That's what makes it so fun.
You can't walk. I guarantee this. You can't walk into any jewelry store in the U.S. and find this.
Yeah. Give me Violet Opal from